Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Rolex Cosmograph Daytona in rose gold, reference 126515LN, with a Sundust Dial on Oysterflex rubber strap. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of the Rolex, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Daytonas, then tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with the history of the Daytona, which was created in 1963, and that comes out to approximately 60 years old already. A little bit more than that, but yes, the Daytona has been around for quite some time. Not quite as long as some of their more their other lines, such as the Datejust or the Day-Date, or even the Submariner, which all came out in the 1950s and even the 40s for the Datejust. But the Daytona, it's relatively new when you compare it to those other ones that I just mentioned. But it's not as new as some of their newest collections, such as their Yachtmaster 2 or their Skydweller or their 1908. So it's been around for quite some time. And how it got its name is it's named after the famous racing Daytona race in Florida. Originally, Rolex was thinking about calling it the Le Mans, but it didn't resonate too well with American market because we don't have the Le Mans here. So Rolex decided, let's name it after something that the Americans, being their biggest market, could relate to, which is the Daytona, and there you have it. That name has stuck, and a very wise decision because the Daytona has become their most prestigious sports line that Rolex makes, and rightfully so. As you see, the watch is very beautiful, and I'll go into details in a little bit about it. All right. So that's a little bit about the history. Now, of course, there's been tons of variations. This isn't a history lesson. It's just to tell you that this watch has a lot of history. There's a lot of different variations of it. This is the latest and greatest iteration of the Daytona in Oysterflex. Okay, now let's start talking about a little bit where this watch stands in the lineup. Now, the Daytona, of all the sports Rolexes, the Daytona has the most number of variations. That's right. You compare it to like the Submariner, the Sea Dweller, Yachtmaster, Deep Sea, whatever, Explorer, there's the most number of variations of Daytona, which makes sense because it's their most complicated and most expensive and most prestigious line of sports watches, that is. Okay, so they make it in every material you can imagine. Steel and gold, rose gold, yellow gold, white gold, and even in platinum, which no other sports watch is made in platinum except the Daytona, which tells you that Rolex has put their preference on the Daytona being their lead collection, and therefore have done it in the most precious metal that they could get, actually in the world that you can get, which is platinum. All right, so with that said, where does this watch stand in the lineup? Well, they make it with different bracelets. As you see, this one has a rubber bracelet, and that means that it's part of the Oysterflex collection. The Oysterflex were first released, or rubber straps, aka, were first released around 2015 or 2012 or something like that. And they make the watch look very sporty. This is one of them. And it's the latest iteration of it. They make it in rose gold, white gold, and yellow gold. No platinum on the Oysterflex. Okay? All right. And then, of course, this is the latest dial, the Sundust Dial. Now let's start talking about the watch itself. And when I talk about each section here, I'll kind of point out the difference between the old version and this version, so you can see why would you want to spend more money to buy the new version when you can buy the old version, which has a reference of 116515. Instead, you should buy the 126515, which is what you're looking at here. It's the newest variation. This variation was released by Rolex in 2023, or I'm pretty sure it's 23, not 24. But at any rate, let's talk about actually I think it was 24, but anyhow, let's talk about what is actually different. Actually, it's 23. Anyways, let's talk about what is different. Well, let's start with the case. Now, the case is, if you someone told me this, they said that the case is a little bit thinner on the newer version than the older version, and I can see that. And what they meant is, On the old version, the left side lug was a little bit thicker than the right side, and that was so that it would look more proportional, because on the right side you have all these pushers. But on the newer version, which is what you see here, the lugs are identical, and they're exactly thin. It's very small now. I didn't even notice until someone pointed it out. Okay, but the case itself has maintained its 40 millimeters. It has not gotten any thicker and or larger, and the thickness is still around, I think around 12 millimeters or so. It's a very comfortable thickness. It doesn't really matter exactly the amount, because Daytona is probably the standard by which sports chronographs are measured by, since Rolex is the king at blending both practicality and luxury. They make it not too thick, not too thin, and also still very luxurious and practical too. You can actually wear this while you're playing tennis, golf, whatever, and it will work just fine. Okay, that's the case, and it's all made out of rose gold. And Rolex makes their rose gold out of their own gold foundries. They obviously get the gold from somewhere, probably Africa. They bring it in, they mix it themselves, such that the mixture ends up with this ever rose color that will stay forever rose gold. All right, now the next thing is, let's talk about the bezel. Bezel has also changed from the previous generation, in that it now is just a ceramic insert with a rose gold that holds the insert. Before, it was entirely a block of rose gold. That's also different. It's a ceramic bezel, black ceramic bezel. Let's talk about the dial. The dial, they also had a Sundust before. I believe this one is more or less the same, but the difference in this dial is that the sub-dials are, it's not that they're bigger, but the track that goes around these numbers have become thinner, which makes the watch look more, I would say, streamlined. And the hour markers are longer and skinnier, whereas before they were shorter and fatter, also lending to the streamlinedness of this watch, considering that it is a watch that has lineage that connects to race car watching. It makes sense that they would opt for a streamlined look as opposed to a bulky, shorter look. And that's what they've done. And it's still very legible. It has luminescent and the black sub-dials. So it's a really great looking dial. And right now they only have 3 variations, black and also what you see here, and then a black diamond. I believe over time they probably will do what Patek does, which is release new variations of it. It would seem strange to me that they would only make 3 variations forever, and I don't think that would be the case, because they do that with the Datejust. They release different colors over a period of time, which makes sense. Okay, anyways, now let's move on to the strap. The strap is rubber, but it's not just any rubber. It's Oysterflex rubber, which means that it's rubber over molded 2 pieces of metal that allow the watch to keep the shape, or I should say the strap to keep the shape. And also it has these little air gills, very well thought out, to vent the air so that the rubber strap does not exactly sit flat atop your wrist, but instead allows air to circulate through with this very nice design here. And it also has this comfort extension clasp, which allows the watch to adjust 5 millimeters up and down, and it's a very useful feature. Okay, finally the movement has changed from the previous generation. It's a 4131. It has a nicer finish to it. It's more, a little bit more, actually I think it's about the same precision, which is plus minus 2 seconds a day, but it does have 72-hour power reserve as opposed to 48, 3 days instead of 2, so quite some difference there. Okay, time for me to try this watch on my wrist. Now, I'm a huge fan of Daytona. I think it's the best Rolex sports watch that Rolex makes, and that's saying a lot because Rolex makes amazing sports watches. And in my opinion, on the Oysterflex, it really serves a great purpose in that the watch is already a sporty watch, and it just hyper masculinizes and makes it more sporty putting it on the Oysterflex. It's not the kind of watch that you would wear with a suit or something, but it's really a watch that you would wear in a sporting manner, and it just really serves that purpose. I think it looks fantastic on this rose gold, also with this rose gold dial, or Sundust Dial, I should say. So I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up, and if you want to buy it, go to jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.